So we also have Hell's Paradise. We should watch Heaven's Paradise. Hell of or seen. I mean, Jesus Christ! If you haven't seen Heaven Illusion, I said every episode, but that is like the roariest anime ever. It's like every second episode, someone gets odd, main guy got again. It's just crazy. This is like the anime is so. It's a hentai anime. Yeah, it's written like a hentai, man. Like gender bender, and it's all of R scenes. Every goddamn episode, man. Well, that's what Hell's Paradise. Most friendly anime. It's 3 foot hours. Way nice here. So 3, 2, 1, and go. Yeah, way nice here. Just your everyday friendly 3 years people. Yeah. Do 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 do. No. I should make a shorter than this though. Yeah. But seriously, Heavenly Delusion, the storyline is terrible. It's just a shock value anime. I keep saying it every week. And I also called that her brother was going to order. Yeah, it's Jesus Christ, man. Every goddamn episode. I can't spoil it. It's a terrible anime. I would recommend watching it. No, it's just shock value. Every episode is like, oh, what would happen now? Yeah, it's like, oh. The thing is that the anime is very predictable because it's called like 1 minus P, right? If it's so 1 minus P is the concept of like, you have a strategy or whatever, right? And then you have like an interval of like 1% to 900%, right? In what P is, the event flow of P. And if it's always 100%, right? Heavy Delusions an anime where it's always 100%, right? It's always is shock value. It's always like what could be the worst thing to happen? Yeah, it's always like yeah, it's always that, right? And then it becomes less shocking, right? So every episode you watch it, it's more predictable and it's less shock value because if it's always maximum shock value, it stops being actually shocking, right? Because you're used to it after 2 episodes. You get used to the anime always going maximized craziness, right? It's kind of like in this anime, I'm not that shocked anymore that the 3 man can grow tits or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not shocked that the 3 lady is like, oh shit, boobs now. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's like, yeah. But yeah, it's back to fighting the monk guy. This guy's like immortal, I don't know. The 3 guy cut him down, but... now his neck though is like purple, yeah. He kicked him down. Yes, Nissan. Oh, he heals that though? Man, it's always the 3 people that are freaking immortal, he heals immediately. It's all, yeah, I was like, oh my god, how do you defeat this guy? It's always, he smacks his face, but he just heals that. But this guy's also basically immortal, yeah. He's done like 4 times now, he's like... He gets up again, no problem. His neck is really purple now. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, he's blind. Yeah. He's using the mind eye too. He's also blind. Yeah. He's using the mind eye to analyze his soul or whatever. But doesn't know if it helps him to understand how to defeat this guy though. Actually, why am I hoping that the monk is gonna win? I don't know. You felt that the anime is basically it's giving the point of vision of the bad guy. Yeah, he's like, this human is kind of cheating. Basically, it's like you feel sorry for the bad guy. It's like, man, I keep defeating this guy. You keep standing up anyway. You gotta stop cheating this guy. But he's eating them, right? He seems to have the power to eat the other one, and I guess he's like Kirby, man. He's just Kirby, yeah. He eats them, and he's probably turned into a foot-and-hour tree by soon, because he's also probably a tree soon, because he just keeps eating them, right? He kept eating the corpse, and he ate some wood, whatever, right? So he's probably turning into a foot-and-hour tree. Oh, he gets a backstory? Well, I guess we has backstory to some extent, but a little more angle. The backstory. His perspectives as the brother. We've already seen this thing though when he kills this guy. Yeah. Isn't it the exact same backstory? I guess he's gonna show them. Oh, yeah, he's gonna blind himself. Oh, this is like in Gangs of New York. Yeah, cuts his own eye. So he lost his eye, yeah, because he's crazy. Just we lost that eye because he by himself. He's like Gangs of New York. He's like, yeah, you want to blind? Yeah, this guy is crazy. Yeah, he takes out his own eye to a point. Yeah. Okay, it added a little bit in that of his backstory, but otherwise, I mean, yeah, like he's fighting him. I feel sorry for the bad guy. I feel sorry for the tree guy, right? You know. But it's almost kind of weird. This guy hasn't like healed his own eye because he lost his throat in arm or whatever. He seemingly is incredibly, you know, resilient, right? So how did he even lose an eye to begin with? Yeah, why didn't the eye regrow again? I don't know. Is the eye supposed to like grow out again or something? He's just going after him. See? The poor tree guy's like, no, please leave me alone. I like how it's played off as the bad guy is the victim now. So, no, stupid human can't be defeated. It is like a lot like the bad guy Sekiro. Yeah, Sekiro of course is very also Japanese, you know, inspired Buddhism and so on. He looks a lot like the whatever they call like the kind of the lizard people or whatever in Sekiro in the Mist Valley. You find him in this temple that's praying. Yeah, there's a boss in one of in the Mist Valley. Nah, now it beats him with like a wind punch or something. I guess he got to that power. Yeah, he laughs at him. Oh, interesting. Now his like neck is like pulsating purple or something. Yeah, his neck is purple clearly, but he also started pulsating now, like it was moving. Those like tribal things on his neck. So what's gonna eat him now or something? He like defeat the monk guy. He's like perfect. I'm hungry. Ah, now he's turning into a tree guy. No, well it probably is. I mean, he's probably gonna turn into a tree god, right? Yeah. He will probably become one of them, right? He's like keep consuming them or something. I think that Nissan here is gonna turn into a tree god. Yeah, he's like... He's Kirby, man. That's why it's the purple thing. Yeah, he keeps Kirbying it, you know? He's like, yeah, I'm the Kirby, man. Ah, she also got like a tree. But that's true, those purple things are kind of like roots, I guess. They're kind of like tree branches. But yeah, now she's her best friend with her instead. Yeah, he's like her uncle now. Yeah, he teamed up with the cute pink-haired girl, yeah. But she's probably also a man though, but you know what I mean. She's probably got a penis, yeah. But I think she's gonna grow into a full woman, right, during the fights here. She's probably gonna like, the more she's the power, probably get bigger. Because now she's like a teenager, maybe. Yeah, now she's like 20 or whatever, maybe at most. It's kind of hard to tell because she's like some weird tree woman that she can't speak correctly. But she's probably gonna turn into a MILF or whatever, right, during the fights or whatever. Yeah, she's gonna... Her age, she seems to be kind of like, you know, whatever. She's like a magical tree thing, so yeah. So this guy is like the experiment guy? Like he's like, I don't know, he's like cutting them open to look at them. Maybe they could tell him something. He's like, oh yeah, I'm like... He's like dissecting the fish people. He's like, yeah, I'm just cutting up the fish guy and... Yeah, she clearly transformed that to use her ball. I mean, I think, in my theory, right, it's pretty clear. I think that every time she uses her power, she grows bigger, right? Yeah, kind of activating her powers at a higher level makes her bigger and more adult or whatever, yeah. Makes her grow in size or whatever, yeah. She clearly... You know, she clearly became like 10 years older, or sizable 10 years older, right? After the bubble thing, she clearly became way older. But I mean, I just keep fighting these like random, I don't know, NPCs, yeah, like level 1 enemies. Yeah, they just keep owning these like complete scrubs. I see. You know, the monk guy jumps in. Yeah, here comes the monk guy. He wants her, of course. Because she's, you know, one of the three gods. I mean, she's clearly supposed to be the next three goddess, right? They got like 7 tree gods, whatever. She's like the 8th one, you know. She's clearly like the daughter or whatever, right? She's clearly supposed to become like the next part of their three god cabal or whatever, right? So of course this guy is like, I'm gonna save her. She's gonna become the next goddess, right? Yeah, she's a goddess of the tree or whatever. Exactly. Of course he's gonna worship her because she's like the next tree thingy. Yeah. But she doesn't seem to like that, right? But I mean, honestly, maybe the three god people aren't necessarily in the same team. They are currently, right? but maybe they actually aren't on the same team, you know what I mean? Because on the same time, right, like why would they actually team up each other? Except they hate humans, but like do they actually have the same alliance? I could see the three gods people killing so later, yeah, they might betray each other, right? I don't know why they'd be on the same side for, really. Except just the hate of humans, I guess, but... Right, they also might definitely have some betrayal coming in there. And also, there's no reason why they even hate humans for that sense either. In one way, you could imagine them just not actually fighting humans like she. And she's crying and look like adorable. No, that's my daughter, kinda. I adopted her, yeah, like don't touch my daughter. See, Gabimaru is like, that's my girl, yeah, I adopted her. I got my wife, this is my daughter. It's clearly like, I have adopted her. Yeah, don't... Yeah, now it's all adorable here, yeah. Don't touch my little girl, yeah. She used to be a little kid like a week ago, yeah. Last episode she was a kid, so don't touch her, yeah. Now she's an adult, but whatever. This is weird. This is very anime. It's very, very anime, yeah. She's a 5,000-year-old tree lady, yeah. It's very anime. Oh, what? Another monk guy appears suddenly? Oh, and he can control bugs, maybe? Where did that guy come from? The other guy just come out. Where did he came from? He just like left his shadow. He's like, I'm also here, bro. Yeah. What? There was one thing that he walked up to them at the beach or the river. I mean, the riverbank. That's one thing. But the other guy is like, woo! He's gonna flew in there on the sideline. Oh, Jesus Christ! I have no idea where he came from. He just kind of teleported out from the other guy. Like I said, the first guy at least kind of walked up to them like, "Hey guys, you know, at the river, yeah, he can like came from the water, he can like, okay, that makes more sense." But then this guy just like, oh, and he can like summon bugs by fighting. So he's doing like a fist attack, you know, or also kind of pressure punch, and it's like it's flying bugs too. Well, I guess he's like channeling the insects while he's punching, so he's like throwing insects. But one of them is like a lobster, right? So he's like, maybe he can summon water animals or whatever, aquatic animals, or crawfish or whatever. Yeah, maybe not fishes then. Maybe he's more like a... Because obviously a lobster isn't a fish. No, it's another... What's called again in Latin? Crepet. I can't pronounce it, but yeah, it's like another word. It does remind me of Demon Slayer, right? With Gyokyo, yeah, the fish guy in Demon Slayer, with all its fish abilities. Because the other guy, I guess, that appeared later, he's like a moth, I think. So he's probably the one that's controlling all the insects, right? There's the moths behind him. Yeah, he's like a moth or a butterfly or whatever, right? So he's probably controlling the insects. And this other guy is controlling the water stuff, and he's like a lobster. But then the other guy they beat, the brother beat, he was a tree guy. Yeah, he was the one that looked the most like the normal gods. Because we haven't seen anyone being like, you know, like a water god. All the gods are trees, right? So he was the most similar to the gods. He was just a tree as well. These two guys have different powers, yeah, definitely. They're more like other kind of animals. Okay, so it's Yin Yang now, it works. Oh, yeah, I see, yeah. But this is kind of how, yeah, that's true. When she turned into a pistol, she obviously had two genders, because, you know, yeah, they're obsessed with the whole two gender thing, right? Everyone, I see, so there's like the Yin and Yang. Yeah, because all the trees are like two genders. And she also had one black and one white form, right? Like the black is like her male form, and her pink white form is her women form is white or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, and now the anime turned into hentai. You see the three people doing it again? Those two characters, man, they have sex every episode. Yeah, the pink hair tree lady and the blonde guy, they're smashing every goddamn episode. Oh god, now she's rolling on the scene here. Whoa! This scene became hentai, man. And there's another guy sitting there like, oh yeah, like this scene turned really hen, man. Like suddenly they're doing it, those three people. And the goddess, right? And she's like rolling on the camera. And then the third guy's like sitting there, he's like flexing or something. It gets even weirder than it was those two guys doing it. The third guy is watching them like, he's sitting there flexing with his penis. What? Suddenly, it became massive head scene. That was really weird, man. That was really weird. But that's probably her mom right there. I mean, she looks exactly like the goddess, right? He's like, well, that's how she's born. Yeah, it's to her mom. Isn't it clear she's her mommy? There are two, yeah, it's like Neisama is her daughter, right? I mean, we obviously there from episode 5 or whatever, right? Clearly, this pink-haired lady is the same person as the other pink-haired lady. Yeah, come on. They're clearly connected. There she is. She's like an adult. Okay, maybe she lost her powers or whatever. Maybe she's regressed into a sapling because she actually is like a 5,000-year-old woman. I see. That's how it is. She's like Nell in Bleach or whatever. She lost her memory. She actually is like a grown tree goddess thing, but she's been like transformed into a kid because, well, she's like a teenager now, young woman now. Yeah, I guess, but like she became younger. Her MILF form was lost, but her real form, she's a MILF actually. She reminds me a lot of in Nell in Bleach, right? That she might have like, I guess, regressed in size because she was like hurt by the leader. But that scene was so weird, man. Not only were they having like a weird sex scene, but the leader, the god, the boss of the three gods, they're like flexing. that made it so weird. She's like drooling and spitting on the camera, and he's like, yeah. that made it really extra weird. Yeah, but yeah, that guy early, he clearly is a mott. I call it. Yeah, he's clearly a mott. I call it, man. Yeah, the new monk guy was clearly a butterfly or a moth. Yeah, that was obvious. But see, that's what they have the Yin Yang, right? Because one is black. Yeah, the black is the woman, the white is the man, whatever, right? Yeah, they got like one Yin and Yang. The Yin and Yang kind of thing was a good explanation here. That's why they have two genders because one is Yin and one is Yang. Right? Typically, that's how Yin and Yang is looked as well, right? Like a woman is a woman's, but a little bit of her is a man, and vice versa, right? Yeah, and you have to have both a man and a woman to have the perfect form or whatever. So that was interesting how he explained that. That these are the ultimate beings because they have two genders and so on. Yeah, I like the explanation. It fits the anime a lot. That it's like this Buddhistic, like harmony. Harmony. I guess would be a way to look at it, right? Okay, then Gabimaru is spitting fire at them. It feels like Gabimaru is the counter because everything is against fire. Yeah, it's like a moth guy. Moths aren't very good against fire, right? Yeah, it almost feels like his fire abilities are what you kind of expect, right, to be good against this. Probably. Well, yeah, this guy is like a kind of weird experiment guy. He was like, he was dissecting the fishes. So he might be actually the key member. He got some ideas here now. He's like, oh, actually, I've been analyzing their bodies. I got a plan, guys. Yeah. We haven't really seen him do anything yet. Except, obviously the experiment. But, like what he's... Okay. He's gonna heal him, maybe? She clearly got some power, so... But she's actually very similar to Nell in Bleach now, because... given how she's kind of, like, lost her... mind or whatever, but she actually is stronger. Because that's how Nell is also in Bleach, right? She can heal and so on. Yeah, she's very similar to Nell then. Like, she used to be this, like, captain level character, Espada level, like, high-ranking goddess character. And then the leader punish her or whatever, right? And now she's, like, a good person because she doesn't want to join the trees again, so... She's very similar to Nell in that case then. Her storyline and personality. Yeah, she can somehow read his mind with his hand. Well, you know what she's doing? I guess reading his soul, I guess. It's all about his soul in the anime, right? I guess she's like looking at his soul. And we have the ham team, you can read this, you can palm read, right? She's like palm reading his soul, I guess. And that somehow powered him up. Yeah. She got some like, oh, I can sense your soul, boy. Now you can defeat I can feel his determination in his Yin Yang power, man. Okay. Oh, he knows his backstory? That's kind of how it feels. Suddenly this old man is like, oh, actually, I know who he is. Gabimaru? I don't know what he is. Suddenly he's like flashbacking to his master. What? It's kind of like, does he know him? It's like, I like how he suddenly he's like, oh yeah, I know this guy. I know his backstory. I told him about his father, yeah. Like he's like bringing out some backstories here, right? Like he was there. Like he wasn't there. It's funny when someone else in an anime is flashbacking someone else flashback. Oh, I know about your backstory, kid. Like, how do you know that? Oh, I know. I know everything. Yeah, I know what it is to know about you. Yeah, it's like, what? Like, but yeah, he's clearly feeling his key energy, whatever she's here. His key is like going up, whatever. Yeah, she basically kind of empowered him. But I guess it's like a mixture of empowering him, but also, you know, like, this anime is a lot about enlightenment, right? Kind of Buddhistic religion. So he's also stronger because he's kind of like, you know, realizing the truth or whatever, you know what I mean? I think half the power, it is so much like her buffing him, it's more like her helping him understand or whatever, right? And that gives him, you know, when you get enlightenment, right, you get stronger because you can sense the world or whatever. Like last episode was about the mind's eye, right? Like seeing blind, yeah, like seeing people. Because now he's like, yeah, force palm this thing, yeah, now he's like key. It's like not breaking his key power, exactly. So now he's enlightenment. He's reaching some kind of like Gabimaru is getting enlightened, yeah. He kinda like, I can diffuse you with my key. And then also jumps on the bugs, I guess, why not? Shortcut. Yeah, but he kinda enlightenment and then got some kind of key. But I suppose there are more monks than these three guys, because if they have one animal power each, right, there's gonna be every monster we've seen so far is gonna have a monk right behind the monster, right? Very likely so. So there should be a few other monks with, you know, similar powers but another animal. Instead of a lobster, it's gonna be, you know, Nakadiri the blind, is training his daughter, kinda. And the other guys finally found the big gate. I like they're basically buddies now. He's like, don't touch my body. Okay. Nice, using his body as. Using his body as. Okay, that was nice when he cut him, yeah. He was like, whoa, that was nice. And he jumps on him. He's running with the katana. That was a cool finisher. Oh, they found in the Ambrosia, I think so. They found a golden garden. Okay, it's very golden. Yeah, the golden garden. Oh yeah, it's very, very golden garden. Oh, this guy's dead now, basically. He's a traitor, so he cut him. He kissed him immediately. Yeah. But that's what the this anime. The humans are so stupid. Let's review it. I like the anime, but then that scene though is kind of interesting how the humans are so dumb though. They go to this like massive red gate, right? And they open the gate, and it's like, oh my god, it really is like a golden garden. It's very, I'm thinking immediately Ambrosia, right? You know, Greek mythology. If you see the latest Sasami or so this other thing, Fury of Gods, you know, they have the golden apple and so on. Yeah, they're opening up the Ambrosia garden. Immediately, like, bam, someone kills a guy, and immediately I got her. It's like, bam, you're dead. Yeah, it's like, it does feel really stupid things, you know, take the front gate, right, to enter against this, like, god three people, yeah. And immediately a god stands there and just shoots one of them. And he's like immediately snipes the tree guy. First thing she does, yeah, like immediately instant death. And I say goddess now because that's probably just gender, whatever, who cares. Goddess, god, whatever, yeah, the gender is obviously interchangeable. I think that was good from a lore standpoint, yeah. I like the whole Yin Yang bit earlier. I like that, right? We kind of saw them because, as you see, right, when she turned into her true form, right? She turned into her like flower form after he, you know, first she beat her man form, right? Then he beat her female form, and then she turned into her like ultimate form. She clearly had that like black and white male female body parts, right? On the same time, obviously we can say the Futanari had two genders, but also the color scheme that makes more sense now, yeah. Because why was she suddenly black/white, like a, you know, like a whatever? Why was that happening? She lost like her colors when she turned into her true form. But now when this monk guy is like, oh, it's like Yin Yang, you know, these are the ultimate gods because they're, you know, they're women and men at the same time, and they can change gender and so on. Yeah, they have that power. That made more sense now when it's combined with Yin Yang, because Yin Yang. They talk about Yin Yang, right? You know, Yin Yang, the symbol, right? The Magatama, to going into the circle, right? You can see, for example, especially in Korean culture, but also in the episode, right? You see the Magatama, which is this like half circle thing, right? This kind of this swirl, right? It's very, very common in games like Neo and so on, right? It's called a Magatama. So if you watch One Piece, you have the Tama, right? You know, it's her name, right? That's where it comes from. The Magatama, it's like typical East Asian symbol, right? The swirl thing. For example, in the the South Korean flag, right, you have 3 magatamas, right? It's a very, very common symbol. And of course, Yin Yang is 2 magatamas, right? That are that are kind of making this thing. I don't think I have my point. It's 2 magatamas creating this kind of symbol, right? That they're spinning together. And of course, Yin Yang in itself also, it both represents the wheel, right? Because Buddhism has a wheel too. So in Buddhism, you have these 8 wheels, right? The 8 arced wheel in Buddhism, and so on. So it also has part of that, right? Because obviously 2 magatama is a circle, right? So you get the endless circle, rebirth and so on, right? Hinduism, Buddhism is about rebirth, right? You get reborn and so on, right? So all that stuff is there, right? But then also, like I said earlier, Yin Yang, right? The idea is that you have to be in calm peace, right? You have to be in harmony, right? To get stronger, you need to be both yin and yang on the same time. And usually, as I mentioned earlier, the gender, right? Like the black is women and white is men, or vice versa, doesn't matter. And then, of course, if you're a man, you should be a man, right? And then you have like 10-20% of your magatama, right, is women, right? So the point is, in a sense, from Yin Yang, when it comes to gender, right, is that you shouldn't be 100% manly. I mean, you shouldn't be like super masculine, whatever. You should be. That's bad. You should be, you should be a man, but you should be also partially a woman, right? Partially be feminine, right? Or vice versa. If you're a woman, you should be feminine, motherly, whatever. But you shouldn't go all the way out. And that makes sense today, right? From like a psychological standpoint, because of course, if you are super motherly, you're an enabler, right? And if you're super manly, you're toxic or whatever. You're aggressive, you're too aggressive, right? And Yin Yang, when it comes to gender, is supposed to represent that. Well, you're supposed to be manly, but not overly aggressive manly, and so on, right? And then it's supposed to be a little bit, 20-30% should be the other gender, right? And then, of course, to be complete, you have to find a spouse, right? Because if you're the black yang bit, yang yin, you have to find the other bit, right? So to combine to make a perfect, person, right? So that's kind of the idea of yin yang when it comes to gender, right? And also, speaking, you should never go full, I guess, anything, yeah. I like the idea with yin and yang, because the idea is that you should never go 100% anything, right? You should never be 100% left or right or up, down, yeah. So that's kind of the yin and yang, and then, of course, these people, right, the 3 goddess, well, she's actually also a man, they have penises and vaginas, they have both genders, so he's like, no, these people are amazing, because this pink-haired goddess also got a penis, so she's, perfect, because she's both yin and yang on the same time, right? Which of course makes her stronger, and then gives her inner harmony, and then it explains why she's like a black and white flower and so on, right? So I like the whole concept of the anime, definitely. It's a good anime when it comes to the conceptualization of the Buddhism or Hinduism and so on, of its powers, definitely. But otherwise, like I said at the beginning of the review, the people aren't too stupid, yeah. He's like walking in there, hey, let's fight them! It's like that. It's like, oh yeah, but it also has a horror trope of like, oh, why is he open the door for? I think that's the last point. I just watched Black Mirror, since 6, right, released this week. So I watched the first 4, I had 1 episode left. But I saw a second episode, it's called Lock Necky, something like that, whatever, it's like a murder mystery thing, right? Black Mirror is very, dark and so on. Second episode, I think it was fairly good, but I really disliked one thing, and that's that one of the main characters picks up the idiot bot. Oh my god, it was so bad, yeah, you know what I mean? It's not a big issue in any horror media. Doesn't matter if it's anime or manga, right? Or a TV show or a Netflix show, or whatever, a movie, this, whatever. Doesn't matter, right? It's always someone, basically, that picks up the idiot ball and just the dumbest thing they can do, and that's why they get killed, or usually gets killed, right? And it's like the dumbest way ever. And yeah, that mini episode really fell for me massively in points when one of the characters really easily could have survived, but was like, no, I'm gonna do everything I can to die. You know what I mean? Like, why would you do this? Yeah, it was like 5-6 really dumb things in the last 5 minutes just to make sure this character died. And I was like, oh, come on, terrible writing. Otherwise, good writing until that scene, or until that the build up is terrible. This here, I guess, not as bad, honestly, not remotely as bad, but definitely remind me that how these walk up to them, like they know these goddess people are very powerful. No one has to fight yet, yeah, and he's walking. Hey guys, yeah, let's just walk in. Hey, we want your ambrosia. It's like, can they at least is she a ninja? Can't they use her ninja powers to, I don't know, stealth their way in or something, or at least like do some kind of scouting before they open the door? They just open the door to like the heavens golden garden and immediately get shot. Yeah, you're like, Yeah, that would probably happen, you know, if you just open the door to the gods. You don't even try to, like, take the secret path or something, or at least, like, oh, there's some guards there? No, they just open and it's like, oh shit, that was bad. That was silly, though. That's silly, yeah. I think that's a problem in almost every horror, anime, whatever, right? There's always, like, some really dumb decision making. Recently I watched, what's it called? Shiki? Is that what it's called? Like a horror anime where everyone becomes vampires. I think it's called Shiki, yeah. Everyone becomes vampires in a village. And it's the same thing there. Man, that anime is terrible. But there's so many points where it's like, why don't you just leave the village for it? You know what I mean? If you know that half the village is vampires now, it's like, oh, my neighbor is a vampire and so on. You're like, maybe I should just leave. They live in this like a remote village, a very classic anime, right? You know, half the village is vampires now, out in the rural Japan, you know. It's like a tiny Japanese village. And I just feel like, why don't you just leave, you know? Like, the people that actually know they're vampires, why don't you just be, if you can't defeat them, why don't you, you know, just go to the next city? No, are you gonna stay here? It's like, why? And not even find them out, just stay to die. It's just, oh my god, no, that anime is terrible. That anime was really terrible. I just binged it like a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. I just binged the whole season like 2-3 days. I was playing like Zelda. Yeah, I was playing Zelda and I was watching it at the same time. It was like, oh, whatever, and it was terrible. But anyway, guys, we subscribe. So, but yeah, one thing before I get there, I do think there is like a live action today of One Piece. Maybe they've been talking about that. I know there is a Netflix live action coming today, like on trailer. So we might finally see the first real like footage of One Piece, like the actual like a few minutes of trailer. Then I definitely make a video about that, you know, like the One Piece live action, which would probably be insanely terrible, but we have to check it out, right? That's up in, I think, like 5 hours now. I don't know if it's going to be a real thing, though, because they have said that several times, right? They're like, oh, we're going to make a trailer now, and it never happens. They've said that for like 3-4 months. So, but today, again, it looks to be maybe today is the first trailer. But anyway, guys, you guys have a great day.